Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, it does not cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we begin with the Star card. This is a sense of your own destiny. This is confirmation from Spirit about something. This is real, like, spiritual certainty. This is like Spirit is showing you a lighted pathway for you to walk down. Yeah, showing you a clear path forward. This is very good. I don't know if you've been uncertain about something, if you've been having issues with like what your life's all about, what the meaning of life is, who you are, or what the meaning of your circumstances or your past perhaps. I feel like Spirit's the flashlight showing you both the past, I think, and the future. This is very nice. This is clarity. This is certainty. This is destiny. Let's put this into some context. Yeah. Let's see what is going on with this star energy. Hierophant, wisdom. Okay, so this is not only being shown the light, the path forward, but also being instructed, being provided. This is a real spiritual download here, where you are coming to understand things that maybe you never thought you would understand. You're seeing the meaning and the reason and the purpose behind things that you thought were kind of just chaotic. Empress energy. Look at that. The wisdom and the knowledge and the guidance to build your best life, to construct your own paradise, right? Your own universe. We've got the lust or strength card as well. A lot of major arcana now. And this, I think, is passion. This is control as well, and strength. If we think of that star card as pointing a flashlight in the past, showing us the purpose for everything that we've ever been through, maybe you're starting to understand that everything that you've been through in your life, every event of your life, has been something that you overcame, something that you had survived, right? Even if at the time we looked at it as the worst thing that could possibly happen, you're here right now watching this reading, and therefore you have overcome these things. And I think Spirit is showing you your own strength, showing you how strong you are. Let's see what else we have. The Magician now. Very cool. Spirit's also showing that you're the one in charge, that really it is your higher self, your true self, that is calling the shots here, right? And if we consider that the true self is but the microcosm of the macrocosm, it's a reflection of the divine, then the path that Spirit is showing you is the path that you are creating yourself anyway, because thou art that, right? And look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, and now we've got the High Priestess here. This is the intuition. All of this energy is moving you forward. This is the light on that path. This is the message that Spirit is. It's kind of like that's the flashlight, right? And it's pointing the way, and it is illuminating everything that you encounter in your life. And it's this kind of, it's like it's happening in real time. Every step forward you take, every moment, every decision, every encounter, every experience, it's kind of like you're channeling the message in real time, and you're channeling this divine energy, and it's probably coming by the way of intuition. It's coming through the instinct, right? It's coming from above and from below, I think, in order to really help you to understand in the moment the nature of your reality, the nature of your choice, and what to do, how to translate all of that into action. Let's see if we get maybe we'll get some earth cards over here on this side. No, we got more major arcana. Wheel of Fortune. It's all of this. is what keeps this wheel turning. This is what's inside that wheel, right? Let's see what we got next. 9 of Cups. Oh, beautiful. Happiness, the pursuit of happiness, the manifestation of our dreams, the following of our bliss. This is really, really nice. And Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is kind of in the difficult position. This is like the top of the mountain. This is like what it's the most difficult to achieve. Well, really is that final cup. And I don't know that we ever really will achieve that. This is like the quest for the Holy Grail, but we know that it's a cycle. There's a reason why they call it the Grail cycle, right? Because it's just kind of, it's just repeating over and over and over again, down through time, on through the ages. It's the same pattern. We're living in a 9 of Cups, always in search of that 10th cup. That is life. That is happiness, right? Where you're doing your will. You're performing your art. You're perfecting your life. You don't have a perfect life. It's not just a piece of art that you make. It's the process of perfection, the process of creation. And 2 of Cups. Really nice water energy on the path of the serpent. I'm kind of freaking out with all this major arcana energy and this water energy. We've been having a lot of readings like this lately. This is really something else. Let's select the mystery card before we get too deep into these other energies. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And be right there is good. We're going to set it down here. We'll put Mr. Tao, the Yin Yang Duck, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but of course it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, put your hunch down in the comments. Let's use it as an opportunity to exercise our intuition, all right? Which is kind of what we're talking about here anyway. But first, let's take a look around the room. Obviously, we've got major, 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 and then water, water, water. So we don't have any fire, but we've got fire here. We don't have any water, but we can, I mean, well, we do, we got water here, but in terms of the major arcana, the star card is interesting with the water because it's the card that represents Aquarius. It is the water bearer, right? It is Ganymede. It is it's the idea that to me anyway, it's that Aquarius energy, right? And we kind of think of Aquarius as a water sign sometimes, you know, aqua and that sort of thing. But it's really an air sign. And I think there's a mystery there because it really is about the way that intuition is activated is when our heart and our mind are in such harmony that they're not obstructing that download. By harmonizing our heart and our minds, we become the perfect conductor of that information. It doesn't get scrambled up in the reception, right? In the translation, in the deciphering. And that's kind of what we see with this card. This is the idea that if your heart and your mind are unified and harmonized, you will receive the messages from Spirit, the intuition, the instinct, clearly, precisely, and accurately. Yeah, accurately. So we don't have any air energy, but we kind of do, right? We kind of do. And even this Magician card, this is a little bit of air energy in the sense it's Mercury, it's communication, it's interaction. This is kind of the interface with the world. This is kind of the decision-making faculty in a way. This is our plans, this is our strategy, this is our genius, right? And then this is our instinct and our intuition. So there's kind of an air energy here too in the form of, you know, communication. And we could even look at this Hierophant as a little bit of communication too. You have a connection with your own guardian angel, your own spirit guides, and I think it's a very strong connection. Sometimes it speaks in words, sometimes it speaks in symbols and pictures, right? Synchronicities. And it's up to you to decipher those, to really understand what it means and how that spiritual information is shining a light on your path and you can manifest this beautiful energy that we see here. Gosh, I really don't even know where to begin. What's with the feathers? my angel is showing me feathers. I don't know if there's something with some sort of an outfit, a ritual outfit with feathers, if it's something for in your culture, or if it's that you've been finding feathers, or that's like whenever you see a feather drop, it's like that's a message from spirit, you know? Maybe the finding of feathers randomly in your life have always been very strong symbols that the divine is providing a message for you, right? Every feather you see, when you find one, it's like, okay, there's something very important I have to understand right now. Something like that, yeah. And so I think all those feathers that you find throughout your life, I think you've kept them. Maybe you've assembled them into something, a dream catcher or something, or some sort of ritual item, yeah. Okay, so I gotta calm down. The strength card, the lust card. I feel like this really is spirit showing you a different way of looking at your history, different way of looking at your past. This card's in the position of the past. And I feel like you've been through a lot of challenges. And it could be that, you know, we typically think of challenges as things that have defeated us, things that have worn us down, things that are kind of the reason we are the way we are. And there's kind of a negative flavor to that, right? I think Spirit's showing you rather the other side of it. That, yeah, you are who you are because of everything that you've ever been through. And you are someone that thrives, somebody that survives and is powerful, someone that overcomes. Yeah. It's a different way of perceiving, a different perspective on our history, I think. And we could think of every challenge we've ever had, every loss, every failure, and we can really kind of live under the weight of that. Or we could allow it to help us realize our power and how strong we really are. Okay? It's kind of this, I'm getting this kind of message that if you survive that, you can survive anything. Yeah. If you're still here after all of that, then there's nothing that you can't do. Any act of magic is just a piece of cake for you. So I wonder if you've had a very serious thing happen in your past somewhere, a hospitalization, a near-death kind of thing, or you survived some sort of like major event. Yeah. And I feel like you're learning, ongoing, learning. I like the ing suffix on things. You're learning how to be empowered by that event or situation and many others like it. Right? I feel like this is part of it's part of who you are. We're not regretting anything. In fact, we're welcoming it. We're thinking, yeah, I'm happy. I'm stronger. I'm empowered by those things that have happened. You know, something tried to defeat you, but it didn't. Right? I like that. Empress energy underneath everything. This is the land of milk and honey. This, I think, is really your ability to kind of plant a seed, to start something, to be part of something, and to really like take care of it, right? Really nurture something. I think that you're able to take things within yourself, ideas, you know, spiritual energy, these downloads even, and kind of incubate them, right? And digest them and really allow something quite beautiful to grow from it. But also the same with people in your life, I think. I think people know that you are a nurturer. I think you're a natural healer. I think maybe you're learning, again, ing, you're learning how to take that natural healing ability that you have. You're naturally like a caregiver, like someone who really heals people, you know? You've got that kind of compassion and empathy and stuff in you. I think you're learning how to turn that into like maybe a professional skill. You're learning how to refine that and really learn the science of it. You know, really becoming a master of it. rather than just kind of a natural kind of healer. You're refining that natural talent into a real skill. And I think that's part of this magician energy at the top here, is learning how to get perfect control over this natural ability, learning the ins and outs of it, in a way that makes you and kind of just a more powerful version of that, right? You kind of got both sides of the coin. You've got the natural talent and you've got the refined skill. And having both of those is, it's Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Cups. That's unstoppable, right? That is the way that you are able to live this dream, right, of whatever this kind of natural talent is. I think you're performing it out in the world, like with the general public, right, maybe as a business or as an offering of your gift in some way. And I think that's really enriching your life. I think it is providing for your life perhaps in a physical, financial way, okay? But it's really allowing you to do what you love, to live your dream, to follow your bliss, to pursue your happiness. Yeah. It feels like it's healing. It could be something adjacent to healing. I wouldn't be surprised if you work in the healthcare setting, if you're, a nurse or a doctor or a physician's assistant or you have some kind of a specialty, right? I think that if you're a nurse, you're like a special kind of nurse. If you're a doctor, you have a very particular focus. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that this is part of that process of becoming, right? Again, ing. Of always making progress, always kind of narrowing down who you are and what you believe in and what you are and where you're going. I think it's always being refined. Sometimes it changes, but we're always searching for the needle in the haystack. We're always searching for the grail. And that's part of this process, is just kind of, what am I going to work on today? And that's all part of the 9. It's all part of the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune even talks about the idea that everything is a change. The wheel's constantly moving. Sometimes it's going a little faster. Sometimes we're at the bottom. Sometimes we're at the top. But it's always in motion. And as long as we recognize that and we try to live in harmony with that, I think we're in for a pretty fun time. There will always be challenges and struggles, but we're learning how to do what we love. We're learning how to wish upon a star, right? But not just any star. Your star, yeah, your destiny, your spirit, your true self, higher self, God, Goddess, deity. And that is manifesting in real terms, right? In the physical material life. The Hierophant here, I think, is part of this process. I kind of feel like this is really you getting in touch with things outside of yourself in order to get further education, further instruction. If you are a doctor or a nurse or a physician's assistant or something like that, this card's the idea of continued education. Every year you have to have so many hours of training and additional, skills and stuff, right? And I think this is it. I think this represents that in some way. Okay, it may not exactly be healthcare, but it's something adjacent to that. And it's something that you're constantly trying to learn. It's something that you're always trying to improve and grow and expand your knowledge, right? Your wisdom about this thing. And of course, I love the High Priestess. This is that intuition. This is that the instinct. And this is really the form that the communication from Spirit takes. I think it's sometimes signs and symbols and synchronicities. Sometimes it's very obvious things. Other times it takes a little bit more effort to decipher the meaning of things that happen. Yeah. But again, that's kind of part of the process, And what we have also with the Magician card is your ability to focus your attention, concentrate. It's like if you're not looking for the signs and for the downloads and for the spiritual kind of messages, if you're not looking for the communication from your star, you're not going to find it. It's not going to happen because it could be knocking at your door, but you don't have your ears on. You know what I mean? You're not listening. So if you can focus your attention, and I think that's what's happened, I think you're focusing your attention on these messages and being open to them, being receptive to them. See, this looks like a satellite dish, like an antenna that's just always waiting to receive the message. Well, then you will. And it'll become easier and easier and easier for you to receive the message, but then also to decipher it and translate it and convert it into real kind of, action in the material world, right? We had a spider on the table here yesterday. I don't remember what reading it was for, but I feel like spiders are a very, very lucky symbol. I feel like spiders have a special place in your heart as well. I feel like to you they really do represent not only change and transformation, but of self-reliance and also of balance. And also, I think it's really, they're like good omens for success. Yeah. They're a symbol of this symbol of the ing, right? That suffix, the active kind of verb of things, of the becoming. Yeah. I don't know why that is exactly, but that's what it is. Let's go to the path of the serpent now. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. All right. Got the Wheel of Fortune. We talked about that. Wheels turning. Change is always a thing. And as long as we're on that wheel, we know that eventually we're gonna go back down again. We are subject to the divine timing, and we may not always understand the divine timing. Yeah. Did you at any point in your life get stuck on a carousel? Because I'm kind of getting that vibe with this card that sometimes we used to feel anyway. We have felt in the past that we're stuck on a certain point of this wheel. So not a carousel, a Ferris wheel. Right? Did you ever get stuck, or even any roller coaster, right? Did you get stuck on a ride when you were a kid? I feel like sometimes in our past that's a significant event, right? I mean, that's enough to really scare the heck out of a kid. It never happened to me because I avoid roller coasters. But I feel like that did happen to you, and it's kind of like it really is. It feels like it would be a very startling, very frightening experience. Especially if you're maybe in a kind of precarious position on the ride, upside down or on a twist or something. But I feel like that maybe happened to you once. Yeah. Also, my angel is telling me to ask about your storage unit. Do you have a lot of things in storage? I don't know if it's boxes or something. Was there some water damage in your storage unit? I feel like there's some like soggy boxes in a warehouse or something for you. Does that make sense? I don't know how that relates to this. It might not be. It might just be a validation or a confirmation of the energy that we're in right now. It could be a synchronicity for some of you. If it's not meant for you, don't worry about it. Right? Leave it for the next person. But yeah, I'm getting some like soggy, like cardboard boxes somewhere. Yeah, maybe it's a basement. It looks like a warehouse kind of thing, though. Yeah. 9 of Cups in the environment. Yeah, you're living the dream. You're living the life that you've always wished for. And I don't know what you're doing exactly or, where you're doing it, but I know that it's got these kinds of components to it. And I know that it really is your destiny. It really feels like this is where you're meant to be. There are ups and downs. Sometimes we feel like we get stuck on the roller coaster here, but you're doing it. You're living the dream. Sometimes it's a headache though, right? But you're doing it. And this is really, this is your time for this kind of success. And the 9 of Cups, we don't talk about the kind of astrological energy of the cards too often. This is Jupiter in Pisces. Yeah, Pisces, Jupiter. And you know what Jupiter is? Wheel of Fortune. So this really, to me, is saying, since we have both of these cards here and we're reading for Pisces, this is your time for this dream that you're living to really start going faster, expanding. And I think it really is, it's like it's taking care of you. You're doing what you love, and now it's like it's going to pay It's going to pay back the efforts. So I think a lot of financial abundance is coming your way. Physical abundance, like really, really feeling like your life is taking care of you. Yeah, that you are nurturing others, you're nurturing your life, you're healing the world is helping you to heal too. You are being supported, you are being kind of held. Yeah, and I think it is this Jupiter energy in Pisces with this card. I don't know what's going on in the actual heavens right now as far as astrology goes. I don't know exactly where Jupiter is. But in your life, that Jupiter energy is making things grow and expand. If you're starting a business, it's going to be more and more successful. If you're doing investments, the return is going to be unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. It's good fortune. It's the Wheel of Fortune, right? But it's not the Wheel of Fortune where you spin it and there could be bankrupt, there could be some other stuff, lose a turn, that sort of thing. No, it's like on your wheel, everything is jackpot. Everything is the $1 million space on the wheel, right? You ever watch that show, Wheel of Fortune? I feel like everything that you do right now is going to be successful. Everything is going to it's going to pay dividends, but just exponential. Yeah, really very successful energy. And I like the Ace and the Two of Cups because, for one thing, this reminds us that what you're doing now, the details of what you're doing, is not really what matter. What matters is that you're always going after your grail and that you're able to follow your heart, follow your instinct, and make other choices. It's not like you're stuck doing this one job, living this one dream. No, you can travel anywhere at any time. Time and space are relative, right? They're illusory. If you want to change course, you change course. If you want to do something different, you do something different. As long as you're following your heart and you're connecting. It's like you keep connecting with one thing and the other thing, and we're progressing. We're moving forward on this path that is illumined by Spirit. And as long as you keep doing that, I feel like you don't need anything else. I feel like this is the only tarot reading you'll ever need. And just come back to this and focus on these things. Even if things get difficult, we know why. We know that it is temporary. And we know that we always have the ability to choose the next thing to connect with. Yeah, the next thing to strive for. Let's look at the mystery card. Yeah, let's see what's going on there. Let's see maybe if this is talking about what's coming next, or if there's any indication of any surprises or anything else that we kind of need to know about, or just a card that maybe is going to connect all of this together. I feel a connection with if it's Seattle or Washington, like the Pacific Northwest of the U.S. I don't know if you live there, if you have visited there, or if there's something about that area that has a certain power for you. Okay? All right. Maybe some earth energy. Maybe we need some pentacles here. Yeah. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we've got. Oh, the Emperor. Nice. Very nice. The Emperor is kind of some earth energy, right? Because there's a 4. It's the 4th mystery of the tarot. So it's this fire energy that now is manifested has influence, has a connection. There's this flow that's been established into the physical realm. And this flow is from fire. It's from spirit. It's from your idea, your will, your perspective. It's your energy. It's your soul. It's your life force that is now plugged into the material world. And this is your domain. This is your kingdom, your empire. You make the decisions. You take responsibility. And you can create whatever you want in this empire, because it is yours. This is power, right? And you've got to use it for good, obviously. Yeah. Very, very nice confirmation here. This is really a beautiful reading. I got to say, this is probably the best one we've had for Pisces in a while, at least. We are going to do an extended, though, and if you want to stick around for that, click on the link up in the corner. If not, there's one down in the video description. New readings for Pisces every Thursday and Sunday. I'm here every day. Come on back. See me tomorrow. Okay. Who in your life has the fever right now? Somebody sick with you? And maybe it's this healthcare thing. No, I feel like it's someone in your home, like a family member or something. Is maybe they've got the flu. I feel like somebody's got a fever. I see like the thermometer in the mouth kind of symbol, you know. So maybe you are a caregiver. Maybe it's more of a personal thing than it is a career thing. Maybe that's one of these choices you're going to make, is how to convert that into like a career or do something with that. Yeah, maybe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.